Hi guys, welcome to Cadence Radio. Today's October 3rd, 11/11. So make a wish. So I just want to catch up with you guys. Just want you guys to check out my podcast I did last week with one of my good friends. And he has his own podcast here, Discover Your Life Today with Maveen Kaur. It was very intuitive, very informative too. We had a couple opinions and we just kind of vibed off each other just to see where we're at with these current events and also this coronavirus and all that good stuff. I know my last podcast were about the coronavirus, COVID-19. It is big. That's basically it is the biggest story in the world right now. But I want to delve down a little bit into why it has been the biggest story. I had a good listen to. I was on YouTube. I was listening to a couple of the people I listened to. One of the guys, on radio shows, the Goldfish Report, they had Benjamin Fulford on. I kind of like his journalism sometimes. You know, he can take it with a grain of salt. He has some good tidbits in there. What's happening with the current events in the world, factions. It says as he has some sources. Some of his sources are legit. Some of his sources are kind of out there, but I kind of trust, probably about 65, maybe 70% of what he says. But he made a good point in his interview with I think her name is Rosina from the Goldfish Report. It says that there's a whole bunch of factions, which I said in the beginning. There's a whole bunch of factions fighting for power, and this COVID thing is a catalyst to get it going. Whoever gets to the finish line basically gains control of, I say, the world. And these factions are not the one or two people. They're probably huge factions. They're big factions. There's the good guys, the bad guys, whoever it is, but everybody thinks that they're doing something in good intention. So everybody thinks they are the good guys. But it's for us to decide. I don't think good guys really want to really have your best interests when they try to inject you with poison, shut you down, and try to control every aspect of your life. That's not good guys. That's basically straight up demons. And that's what we're fighting for. I'm proud. I'm on Twitter. I have a couple very hardcore Canadian patriots, I call them. Call them out here. I guess there was a big freedom march in Toronto. I don't know why the CTV and mainstream media did not cover it. That was over 1,000 people marching in the middle of Yonge Street, saying that this basically is going too far with the masks and these mandatory lockdowns and stuff. And that is true to the fact, how much can people take from whoever is trying to do this? Is it, if it's the government or if it is a faction within the government? How many people are going to take this? I've talked to a lot of people who are business owners. I know lots of people who are business owners, and they are pretty much to the nth degree. People are talking about some second wave, which is not happening. That's kind of leveled off. Cases going up, but people are recovering at a much higher rate. I got an argument, not a discussion, but with my dad, and I told him, I'm like, who's dying? He was like, oh, this virus, lots of people are dying, lots of people are dying. Once you get it, it's deadly. That's why they need to lock everything down. So I gave him statistics. There was about 442 cases in Alberta just last week, and a minimum of 2 deaths. So I feel for the people who passed away, but we need to find out if they really did die of coronavirus. I know the virus is out there. It is, but I don't think it's as bad as the media's telling out to you. For media's telling us it is that bad, but I don't think it is. But these factions, anyways, everyone's fighting for control. The good guys, and they're gonna use this as a jumpstart. Even the good guys using a jumpstart. Maybe lockdowns is to hunt the competition and basically submit them, right? Put them in submission so you can carry on your agenda, right? Everybody has an agenda, good or bad. But the agenda I'm on is for the people to start waking up. We need to start waking up as people just to see what's going on and just use the thinking and don't let people try to put you in that mind state of throwing that information to you. Do your research. I've been always telling that to everybody on my podcast. Just do your research and really, really delve down. Do that critical thinking. Think for yourself and move from there. You're not a conspiracy theorist if you're thinking and basically saying that how come this is that and that is this. Because some of this doesn't jive and everybody knows some of this doesn't jive. They're arresting people for not wearing masks, in parts of the world. They're arresting people for not wearing masks. Are you kidding me? While basically more serious crimes like finding missing children or stopping the next murder, but they're arresting people for not wearing masks. Here, they're finding people for not wearing masks. I'm lucky in Alberta that we haven't really been fined that much. I'm in Calgary. You haven't really been fined that much because it's ridiculous. So we just need to get off of this and really think on who has our best interests as people. Our best interest, I think, is to provide for our families, work as much work, although to do that, be productive. Actually, I don't want to say work, but just be productive and see what lies ahead. But people need to give you that choice to do that. So these factions are using this to just get a power grab, and the power grab, I'll tell you this right now, there's one thing which is the biggest power grab over, and it's the economy. That's the number one thing. That power grab is what's going to happen. It's all about the banking. It's all about that money. That's why you see lots of banks are giving out money to certain businesses, and how our government is spending. It seems like they're trying to throw us so much into debt that basically the bankers can come in and buy land, and they'll buy portions of land in Canada because we're too broke, because the money which is getting printed and handing out right now is ridiculous. It's sickening, because what's going to happen is how we're going to pay that back, and how we're going to pay it back is going to be basically higher taxes, low wage of living, and who's going to come in here are these IMFs, the banks, the world banks will come in. They're already in here, but they're going to have a more of a strangle grip on that if we don't stop the spending and giving out money like it's candy without any means of production for it. And when that happens, more regulations are going to be put on. More regulations are going to be put on the people. More regulations are going to be put on the way you live, put on companies, especially. The people, the companies who can afford it are going to be these big corporations who are just going to come in and take it over. The banks and the corporations are the same exact entity. So all the small business which are being shut down, who's going to come in? What's going to come in later? It's going to be all these corporations. You're going to see a Walmart across the street where the old mom and pop store used to be. You're going to see a Starbucks across the street where the old falafel place used to be, right? Because they're going to hike it up so much. Here in Calgary, there was this guy, Kensington Auto. He had a Twitter page. Someone retweeted his Twitter page, and he put in he put a picture on saying how much property taxes he has paid in the last 10 years, and literally it has gone up about 400%. And below on that tweet, he says, I'm moving to the United States because these taxes are ridiculous. I cannot keep up. So you have to close shop and move because, of course, the taxes are killing them there. And I was talking to my friend the other day, and I told him how all these businesses which are folding downtown, all what's going to happen is all these boarded up buildings, they're going to get taken over. Government or city or whatever is going to come in, buy those up, and they want to make quote unquote government housing and sheltering, but that's not really going to help with the community. That actually disintegrates your what's it called, your equity of that region, let's say, per se. I know that in McKnight, when that hotel got out of business, they wanted to build a homeless shelter up there, but they said that lots of the people stood up and said we don't want it over here because it'll deappreciate. Yeah, that's the word I'm saying. It deappreciates the community, and that's the truth. It does, you know. And this is what's going to happen downtown. You're going to see a whole bunch of homeless shelters. The reason why a whole bunch of homeless shelters are going to be there is because there's not going to be any work because of how many taxes. Companies are going to leave, just like as in order. This is just like a tsunami happening. So all these banks and the taxes going up. The only people can afford the corporations and all that. That's one way, and that controls the worst because now people are not working in the homeless shelters. You're getting checks from the government and stuff. What's going to happen? People who are not productive, who are not this, sorry, when you're not productive and get money and stuff, bad things do happen, man. Bad things happen. Drugs are up, alcohol, abuse, suicides, they're up, man. It's going to happen if we don't stop it right now. If we as a people don't wake up. I'm all for people having housing stuff, but people who are homeless, they're homeless because it's not they fell on hard times. There's a bigger issue in that. Lots of people homeless because there's mental illness, schizophrenic, bipolar. It happens. And people just can't handle it. They have nervous breakdown and they leave. They just want to leave on the street. Just leave me alone. So yeah, you putting on a homeless shelter. It's not what's that really going to do to them. They didn't want to get the house in the first place. What that's going to do to them? That's not really going to help the situation. So all in all, I think the cities is going about the wrong way. If we really wanted to help the homeless people, yeah, sure, homeless shelters, but not all over the place. First and foremost, and get in these other programs, mental illness programs, jobs programs, and these programs the jobs programs should not be thrown with the government. It should be thrown with small businesses, because lots of people have ideas. It's how small business come about and get together, then they can really shed something for their city and their community. But that's just my ideas. But all in all, I just want to make sure that people just wake up. This has been hard for the last 8-9 months and stuff. It's going to get tougher, but we need to basically shape our future instead of having these factions do it for us. And if we don't, then I'm pretty sure that everybody just going to wake up one day finally, and it's too late to say what happened. Well, basically, we have subsidies from the government. They're pricking us with poisons every time because there's the new COVID. It's going to be probably COVID 34. Here's the vaccinations for you. You need to take it. and it will be too late. We'll be just a bunch of walking zombies. We're looking like a walking zombies right now with putting masks on our face, going to shop and putting masks on your face and stuff like that, and know you're healthy. And we're just being walking zombies. Go on a bus, you're going to put on a mask and stuff. And no one's doing the research saying that the mask is going to save you or something like that. While the most important thing is you speak to your doctor. Doctors are even saying the same exact thing, man. I talked to a couple other doctors that said that it's basically this is the worst thing I've ever seen. There's lots more people getting sicker, especially kids, while wearing these masks because kids are very active. They get dirty, they do all that stuff, and you have little kids wearing masks. Now they're seeing more allergens coming in because of that, and that's scary. There's going to be more new diseases no one has ever seen because of this stuff. Because you're basically breathing in stuff your body is trying to exude out, but it's all caught into the mask. And like, come on, wake up already. In a cloth mask, all that stuff. Like, wake up. It's ridiculous, man. It is, and hopefully people can look at it and really research it what it is. You tell me, like I drive around and I got people who are driving and they got masks on the windshield, so they just take it off, put it on, and put it out. Those masks are supposed to be disposable. You can't keep on using them and using them and using them. It's not good for you. It's not good for your health. It's not good for your health. And breathe the air you breathe. And I've been telling everybody, take care of your body. That's the number one thing. And the mask ain't gonna do it for you. So we'll see. We'll see if people do listen. We'll see if people do wake up before it is too late. But don't let that faction of control, those demons, the bad people come in because they're just ready to control you. Straight up. You can see it right now. Like I said, it starts off with the mask first and foremost. You comply with that. What else is next? It's going to be a vaccine. What else is next? After the vaccine, if you comply with that, I'm telling you, man, we're not sheep, man. We're human beings. We're born on this earth. We have the right to breathe the air it gives us. We have the right to go anywhere we want to go. We have the choice for that. We have a right to work. That should not be ever been taken away from us. It doesn't matter what comes down. A goddamn comet can come hit the earth right now. If I choose to go to work that day, that's my choice to do it. I'm free to do that. That's the reason why I'm in this country. It's for those charter rights. As long as I'm not endangering, about which I know I'm not. And everybody who sits there and thinks that, oh, well, you're not wearing a mask, so you don't know if you have it. So what if you spread it here, spread it there? No one knows how this virus is spread. Nobody knows. What I know is if you're asymptomatic, chances are you don't spread it to anybody. But that's going to come out soon. That's going to come out later. But right now they're telling you that go get tested even if you don't have the symptoms and stuff. Are the tests even right? Who knows? But all in all, just don't let them try to change that narrative for you. Get your brainwashed thinking that they have the best interest for you. These factions, these demons never had the best interest for you. And you're seeing them coming out of the shadows right now with these asinine regulations. And this is not only for Canada, this is across the world. These asinine regulations. It's not the best interest of the people. It never was. And if we don't wake up and see exactly what these demons are trying to do to us, it's going to be too late. So, to close that off, on October 11th at Princess Island Park, I'm pretty sure, I think it's going to be 12 noon till I think 4 o'clock. There is going to be a March for Freedom, just like a March for Freedom happened in Toronto. I know there was one on September 27th. I couldn't make that one, but I'm making that one on October 11th in Calgary, in Princess Island Park from 12 to 4. So March for Freedom. They always have that. The guy who's putting it down, I forget his name, but he's there, and he wants to say, he wants to give the middle finger to these bureaucrats and these demons. How can you stop people from gathering around doing everything when they don't even follow their own fucking rules? So join me, because I'm going to be there. Join me there. So that's October 11th, next Sunday. March for Freedom in Calgary. You know, there was a good turnout last time, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be another good turnout again. The Mother Nature has been blessed us with good weather in October. It looks like it's supposed to be at 25, 23 degrees all through this week in Calgary. And like I said, I think that we got to take that to our benefit. You know, the more the better the weather, the more we can march. It's always good weather, but like I said, rain or shine, even snow, let's all come out and support this, because we need to get back to normalcy. And the articles I'm reading about we're never going to get back to normal, the mask is going to be new normal. We can't live like that, and we won't, and I won't live like that. It's ridiculous. It's a joke. And to tell you the truth, it's asinine. These people don't know what the hell they're doing. And I'm frankly getting sick of it. So I'm signing off here, Cadence Radio. Have a good one.